So it's like you are such a great record keeper, like which I want to believe has also helped in writing of your book, The Village Man. So I don't know, how did you come about this experience of record keeping?
Record keeping first is from the background of my family. When things happen, I say, keep this in case tomorrow somebody needs to see it or to know it. Then, as I got into service, my aim was certainly to be a lawyer. That was my prayers, because I was employed by the judiciary. But something came along the line. Some of us that were good in English at that level at that time, when the military were going to pull out from government and democracy will come in, they said they needed expert writers in shorthand to go and be with the House of Assembly so that they record matters that have been discussed. So I was one of those that was chosen to go to a school that will mold me to be a secretary, a confidential secretary. But the first time I went to where I saw how they write shorthand, by then I've seen a typewriter, but I've never gone close to it. So my training as a secretary, that is the one important thing as a secretary. If you cannot keep records, sorry, I think you cannot continue to be a secretary. So apart from that background, the knowledge of training as a confidential secretary gave me a very good background and a smooth way of keeping records.
Wow. Now, you did not become a priest like you had wished earlier. And then at a point, you also wished to become a catechist, which was equally not met. What was your reaction when the bishop said you are too old to be a catechist?
Well, the time I said I would want to be a catechist, I was not old. If I had retired from service then, I would have been a very useful catechist. But I told the bishop until after 35 years of service, and by then I was, I think, 20 years with the Kaduna State government. So he calculated, and so by the time the government have milked me, what energy will I have again to? I think he was just sympathizing with me, that it will not be easy for me to be a catechist. And I saw it with him. And I accepted that fact. But I never left the church. I continued miraculously. Sometimes I cannot remember, I think 2022, one of the priests who founded our Immaculate Church, Reverend Father Matthew Basa of blessed memory, said he has been thinking about something about me. And today, that was that day, he will boast it to me. He wants me to be one of the Eucharistic ministers. I said, how worthy am I to do that? He said it is his assessment. So, well, try to assess, other people to assess me too. He said, yes, he has a way of doing that. He will announce a ban in the church for 3 consecutive Sundays for anybody who has any reason why I will not become a minister should inform him. So at the end of this announcement, there was no negative report. He called me and another person, Anthony Maji, and we were absorbed into the Eucharistic ministers.
All right.
So that was how I got myself onto the altar of God.
Wow. Yes, so let's talk about marriage some more. Given your years in marriage, you are about 44 now in marriage. Now, what would you say kept you together with your wife through all these years?
I've told you earlier that marriage in the first place, if you love one another, if there is no force into that marriage, it's the two of you that love one another, then your marriage will will grow. You will see in my book clearly. I wouldn't want to say it in this interview so that people will be anxious to read how we got married. You see in my book the background of how we got together. And since then, as I said, we quarrel, but we don't allow our quarrels to last more than a day. And why must it not last more than a day? Because since I got married, we've been sleeping on one bed. From single room to 2 rooms to 2 bedrooms, and now to our family house of 4 bedrooms. We have 2 empty rooms in the house now, well equipped. But for no reason can I move away from my room from her and go to another room. If you see me sleep alone, either she has traveled or I have traveled. So that intimacy since marriage have kept us going as one.
All right, so sir, with this, what advice do you have for young couples out there in marriage?
Young people nowadays, the only regret is, I'll still go back and tell you, if you see the background of how we got married, if she had observed what the young people are doing today, the one already met, she came, we did everything together. So whatever I have in this house today, I'll be proud to say that, including the growth of our children, I'm proud to say that she was very much part of it, or let's say 50-50. My advice to young men today and young girls is that don't look at the background of somebody that you are going to marry. Look at the love you have for one another, and then think about how you are going to improve yourself as a couple. Even if your parents are rich or one of your parents is rich, forget about their riches. Struggle to establish your own self. Because if you don't establish your own self as a man, supposing you take from me as your dad, your wife will always tell you, after all, this house you are staying, if your dad hadn't given you, how could you have you gotten a house? Or this car that you are driving, if your dad would have given you. But if you make efforts to have your own, or you have it together, nobody will be busting alongside the other. I've seen cases where women brought in, or a lady brought in set of cushions and bed and fridge and other things. And she's humiliating the man. Sometimes I just say, look, sit well on that cushion. It's not your cushion. Or if I like today, you will not drink cold water because it's not your fridge after all. So you see, with this, every day, that man will have to go out and get some pleasant things outside, because the home is no more home. It's a house. So when your home becomes a house, certainly you cannot grow well. So young men and just struggle, love one another, and then facilitate whatever you need.
And you agree with me that there are a good number of young couples today that are already thinking of even leaving their marriages because of the realities of life? I wouldn't know. So, like, what advice do you have for this kind of people with your experience in marriage, 44 years now?
You see, what I will tell such people is patience. And the men, be yourself when you are looking for a girl. Don't pretend, don't wear somebody's face. What I mean by wearing somebody's face, some even take their girlfriends to some friends' houses and say, this is where I live, this is my apartment. In reality, maybe you are just squatting with this guy. After marriage, she begins to realize that what you said is not forthcoming. So that becomes a problem from the beginning. And for couples to stay long and enjoy themselves, don't take your trouble to a third party, even to a priest. If you are going to a priest, let it be on spiritual issues that you want him to assist you to grow spiritually. But that my wife left yesterday and went to where I cannot access. If you go to a priest, what else do you want him to tell you? So if you are patient and you know each other properly, without bringing a third party to solve your minor problems, and that you should be able to share your joys and sorrows together. When I don't have, let your wife know I don't have. When the wife has something, she should do something to let the husband know that, yes, it's coming from her side. Even though we feel something with the high head, sometimes we don't even appreciate women when they do something that you are supposed to do. But certainly, if you are living in peace with your wife, if she wants to do something good, she will not tell you. So anytime you see such a thing, you appreciate.
Right.
That's what will keep you going.
So, I want us to talk about leadership. It seems you have a lot of leadership skills. Now, is it because your father was Miyangwa, or maybe you inherited from him, or you are just like naturally a leader, or like your skills in secretary work and the people you mingled with helped you with that skill?
Seriously, I would say we have a natural gift of leadership. I will start with my elder brother. When he got into the Nigerian army after the Civil War, they formed groups like Southern Kaduna soldiers that are in one barracks, including the officers. But to my surprise, I went to visit him sometimes in one of their formations, and behold, this man was the chairman of all the soldiers from Southern Kaduna then, including colonels, lieutenant colonels, generals who were around there. So it baffles me. I asked one of his friends, he said, certainly, this man, and I am Makaranta, only God knows how his leadership will be. That he has been taken, in fact, at that time they said that was the second tenure of two years. So I said it is into us. The same thing with my siblings, wherever they go, I'll see them leading one little thing or the other. The women, you hear them being Zomuntamata president or so. To me, I didn't inherit, I would say it's an inheritance. Because I didn't even know my dad, let alone to see how he was doing some of the, how he was leading the people. But my service in government, which started in the judiciary, is a disciplined place. You are in court, you have to be disciplined. Whatever is happening, it has to be orderly. So I got this, and in leadership, you have to be orderly. If you are not orderly, you are not patient, you cannot lead. So I grabbed this from that beginning of where I started work in the court. Then to my profession, we are always in the service of senior officers. Whenever I'm posted to any ministry, the chief executive of that ministry will always be my boss. And with that, I watch what they do carefully. Sometimes I'm called upon to record minutes of such a meeting. And when I begin to read the minutes and see how people are responding to one thing, I grab it, and then I extend it when I go out of the office. And also, as the office were seeing my leadership qualities, they sent me on seminars and conferences. And at the end, I was sent outside my own field to read public administration. And that public administration brought me to the power of what leadership is all about.
Wow. So because of your dedication to work and all, you were offered a juicy job to move with your former boss, that's Malam Bashir Ikara, to Lagos when he got the appointment as the permanent secretary with the federal government. An opportunity many would jump at because it will offer better life and opportunities for family and all. So what lessons can we learn from this? Because you turned down the offer, your reasons being that you had a young family to take care of. So what lesson can we learn from this?
Yes. Another secret of family sustainability is being together. Today you see a family living more than 10 years apart. Children have no dad around them. The mom is always there. And you can imagine growing up without eating food without one ingredient. You will certainly notice it. Let's say salt, the most important. So the marriage life is for two people, not for one. Whether you have children or not, it's for two people. And while those two people are not together, there's no more marriage. This my young family then, my wife will always ask if I stayed a bit long outside. When I come back, say, what happened today? I just come back. Then I imagine, now if I go to Lagos, she doesn't see me in a month, for example, maybe I'll come in quarterly. My boss will have the opportunity to fly. But for me, the salary though good, if I said I will fly, then certainly what I'm coming to do in Kaduna will not be done properly. So I calculated. Just like somebody refusing to buy something here in Sabon Tisha, take a bus to Central Market to buy that thing. And that what you got from that thing is just 500 naira difference. And you have paid 1,000 naira to and fro. Who is at a loss? You only tell the people, I bought this thing at Central Market, so and so amount. But you didn't say how you got to the Central Market. So I calculated and saw that, yes, money is there. And the story about Lagos, I had gone to Lagos then once and saw how Lagos was. Everybody in a hurry. The first day I went to Lagos, I thought of turning back. Because everybody is in a hurry. If you say you are waiting for a bus to stop before you enter, then you will spend the whole day waiting for a bus. So I thought about all this and said, Kai, it's not a place to go. And also, my kids, two of them then, Joven and Ezekiel, say, how do I leave these young people? They were already in nursery, I think, or primary, I cannot remember properly. So that is just the reason.
Wow. So how would you describe yourself as a person? How has your experience as a civil servant and secretary shaped you as a person?
Seriously, first, I was thinking secretaryship was a job for the woman. But when I saw that I have no any alternative than to continue, I embrace it, love it, and work to it. And certainly, that gave me many friends outside the service, those who come to see my boss. I became more widely known, so it was easy for me to make contacts wherever I was going. And in fact, up to today, I could just be walking on the street, somebody can just drive and stop and say, I know you will not recognize me. You did so and so thing for me the other time. And I'll say, wow, That is how life is. And you may wonder, you could see him doing one thing or the other for me. And this goes into my wife and even children. One day, you just say, I'm so and so Miangwa. They say, is it the Miangwa I know? So the training of secretaryship makes you a complete gentleman. Makes you a complete gentleman.
So does that fit into your kind of person before you even started work as a secretary?
In fact, it fits into me because at a young age, I was the type that actually don't go into what people are doing at the same time. And I got this from my early age, because I was the last born, or I'm the last born of the family. My wife had, my dad had 3 wives. My mother was the first. The other 2 came in and had only one children and left. Each of them had a child and left. So at the end, I was the last born. By design, I would say, because if my dad had not died, I wouldn't know whether I was going to be the last born. So with that, I was pampered. I'm not always in a hurry to do something. And eating, up to today, we are eating in a group, then I will be left behind. So I got that gentleness from the care of Dan Outer.